Krishna. Welcome to Indian Scriptures Made Easy. In this series, we'll be talking about Krishna, his birth, his childhood, his life, and everything Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Narrated by Juhi Arora. In the last episode, we understood how Kamsa heard the prophecy that the eighth child of his own sister is going to be the cause of his death. He wanted to kill her, but somehow Vasudeva managed to save his wife. Let's see what happens next. The next year, Devaki gave birth to a son. Vasudeva was very much famous for his words, and to keep his word, he took the child and immediately brought him before Kamsa. Although it was very painful for Vasudeva to simply give away his child, Kamsa was glad to receive him. So much so that compassion took over him. He said,
My dear Vasudeva, you need not present this child to me. I face no danger from your firstborn. I have learned that it is going to be your eighth child that is going to kill me. Then why should I keep this first one? No, I don't want this child. You can take him back.
Even though Vasudeva was shocked by this sudden change of behavior, he hurriedly took the child and went back home. On his way home, he couldn't stop thinking about what just happened, simply because he knew Kamsa was uncontrollable. An atheistic person cannot be firm in his word of honor, and one who cannot control the senses cannot be steady in his determination. Well, Vasudev's instinct was right. Something similar happened next. On getting to know about this compassion of Kamsa, the great sage Narad at once came to meet Kamsa. Narad was very eager to accelerate the descent of Lord Krishna as soon as possible. He therefore tried to brainwash Kamsa by saying,
Dear Kans, don't you know that Vrindavan has great personalities like Nanda Maharaj and other cowherd men and their wives? And on the other side, there is Vasudeva, his father Surya Sen, and all their relatives born in the Yadu dynasty. All these great personalities are nothing but demigods.
Narada simply poured oil in the already burning fire. He warned Kamsa to be careful of them, since Kamsa, his friends, and his advisors were all demon. The demons are always afraid of demigods. Narada's attempt at brainwashing Kamsa was indeed successful. Kamsa at once became alarmed. He understood that since the demigods has already appeared, it wouldn't be long that Krishna would appear soon. Of course, he didn't want to take any risk. After all, his own life was at stake. He at once arrested both his brother-in-law Vasudeva and his sister Devaki and put them behind prison bars. Now, within this prison, shackled in iron chains, Vasudeva and Devaki gave birth to a male child year after year. And Kamsa, thinking each of the babies to be the incarnation of Vishnu, killed them one after the other. Even though the prophecy was of the eighth child, after Narada's warning, Kamsa came to the conclusion that any child might be Krishna. Therefore, it was better to kill each and every child who took birth from Devaki and Vasudeva. This act of Kamsa wasn't very difficult to understand. In the history of the world, there are many instances of person in the royal order who have killed their own fathers, brothers, or even the whole family just for the satisfaction of their ambitions. When Narada had visited Kamsa, he also reminded him of his previous birth.
Kansa, don't forget that in your previous birth you were killed by Vishnu. Now that you have taken birth in the Bhoja family, you can be the deadly enemy of the Yadu dynasty, a dynasty in which Krishna is going to take birth. Don't be afraid that Vishnu is going to kill you again. Instead, rise up and fight and avenge he who killed you.
All of this was enough to ignite Kansa's fire. Along with Vasudeva and Devaki, Kansa also imprisoned his father Ugrasena because he was the chief king among the Yadu, Bhoja, and Andhaka dynasties. Soon Kansa declared himself the king of all such places and rose to power. A power that would soon be his end. Kansa used this time well to consolidate the most powerful kingdom of his time. Using the protection of Jarasandha, who was the king of Magad province, Kansa started making alliances with all the other demonic kings. Once Kansa had risen to power, he started harassing everyone from the Yadu dynasty. So much so that the king and the people from the Yadu, Bhoja, and Andhaka dynasties started to run away and take shelter in different regions like Kekaya, Salva, Vidarbha, Videha, and Kosala. Kansa made his position the most solid within the vast region of land known at that time as Bharat Varsha.